Hello children, welcome to the session 8 class of grade 10th. So, in the previous class, we discussed the complete content of the lesson, the advent of Europeans to India. So, in this class, let us talk about the NTSE model questions. The NTSE model questions from the lesson 1, the advent of Europeans. Before going to discuss NTSE model questions, first of all, you should know the basic information related to the NTSE. So, NTSE examination, it is an important scholarship exam, especially for the students who are pursuing 10th standard. So, for the NTSE examination point of view, from social science, you will have 40 questions. From the question number 42, from the question number 41 to 80, you will have the 40 questions that is from the social science, that is from your syllabus, from your Sslc syllabus. Okay. In that NTSE examination, what kind of questions they will ask? The questions are not in a direct manner. What are the different model questions they will ask in your NTSE examination question paper? First of all, let me give some of the models, introduction about some of the model questions. After that, we will discuss. First of all, assertion and reasoning questions. Next, map related questions. Assertion and reasoning questions and map related questions. Chronological order. Chronological order questions. Matchings, and finally true or false. So these are the 5 different model questions that you may get in your NTSE question paper. First of all, assertion and reasoning question. Giving answer for the assertion and reasoning is a quite somewhat difficult while compared with the remaining model questions. So don't worry children, I'll give some tips how to give answer for those assertion and reasoning questions. Next, questions related to map. These questions you may get either from history as well as geography. Sometimes they will ask questions based on the directions. Sometimes they will ask questions based on places. Sometimes questions they will ask based on the European settlements in India. So from these areas they will try to give a question that is related to map concept, map related questions. And after that, the third category of question, NTSE question, that is chronological order. So I already, you people are know about it, right? Social science means you will get to know more number of years, the events, dates and time. So here, the year in which the event takes place, that is very, very important. The question they will give, under that question, they will give different events. And they will ask you question, arrange the following events in a chronological order. At that time, you should know the year of that event. Based on the year, you have to arrange the events in an order. Means you have to keep the event which comes first. Based on that, you should give answer for those questions. After that, matching they will give. Sometimes they will ask, identify the right match from the following. That is also one of the model, identify the right match from the following, or else group of items in the column A and column B will be given. So you have to match that items in the column A with the column B. That is one type. And finally they will ask true or false. Among the following statement is given, identify true statements as well as false statements. So like that they will give questions. So now dear children, today in this session we will cover all the models of NTSE questions that will come from the first lesson, Advent of Europeans to India. It may be assessment reasoning, map related, especially map related questions are very important from the lesson 1. Why? Because means there is a map in your textbook in the page number 4. That map will be consist of all the European settlements in India. So my request to you, you have to go through that map and you have to observe the places in that map which belongs to French, British, Portuguese and Dutch, and you should make a note for the segregation of all the trade centers according to the respective European settlements. So my dear children, page number 4 map is very important for this context, and chronological order questions also very important. So let us move on to the NTSE model questions from the first lesson, the Advent of Europeans to India. Children, here is the first model type of question in NTSE. Observe the things carefully here. What type of question it is? The first question, it is map based question, map related question. The question what here? Identify the British settlements in a given map. Identify the British settlements in a given map. Actually here, all the Europeans they did not ask question here. Especially only the British settlements they are asked. British settlements. First of all, observe the map outline. And observe the map outline here. Here A, that is marked one particular place in our map, marked with A. In the same manner B, C as well as D. Come for options. Pondicherry. So here eliminate this option immediately. Why? Because means Pondicherry, it is not a trade center of British in India. So leave about remaining options. The first one only wrong here. Why? Because means Pondicherry is a important trade center of French. So now whenever you are giving answer for those type of questions, you have to come by technique elimination by the options. So come to the second option. A, Madras. B, Machilipatnam. C, Calcutta. And D, Ahmedabad. Madras is a trade center of British. Machilipatnam also. Machilipatnam, the gateway of fish. That is also trade center of British. Calcutta, important trade center of British. And Ahmedabad, that is in Gujarat. That is also important trade center of British. Okay, so whatever the places they are mentioned here, all the places are related to the British settlements only. So here the second one, the third option. A, Madras. B, here VSKP I mentioned. VSKP is nothing but Visakhapatnam. And C, Calcutta. D, Ahmedabad. So here the last option is Madras, Visakhapatnam, Patna. Patna also important trade center of British, and Agra, that is also trade center of British. But look at here, Patna means that is Bihar. The Bihar will be lies here. So eliminate this option. No mark will be given with Patna. So in the same manner, Agra, where it is located near NCT, no mark will be given here. Eliminate the fourth option immediately. I hope you are understanding, right? The first option we are eliminated with the word Pondicherry. In the same manner, fourth option C, Madras, that is marked correctly here, and Visakhapatnam also marked correctly here. but Patna is the capital city of Bihar. Bihar will be lies here. There is no identification in this location. That's what eliminated. And Agra also here in this region, no mark will be given. Agra also eliminated. So now we have dilemma with two options. The first one is the second option is Madras, Machilipatnam, Calcutta, Ahmedabad. In the same manner, Madras, Visakhapatnam, Calcutta, Ahmedabad. Look at here. Machilipatnam. So, Machilipatnam will be lies somewhat down to this point. So now, what is the exact location here? First of all, A will be marked with Madras. This location is Madras. Okay. Here I am writing Madras. And B. This is exactly Visakhapatnam. And C. We know that this region, right? Obviously, this is Calcutta. And this is obviously Ahmedabad. Of course, you may get the location of the point Visakhapatnam and Machilipatnam, but if you take exact, if you are refer the map page number 4, you will get exactly for this question. So here the right option will be given. A is Madras, B is Visakhapatnam, C is Calcutta, and D is Ahmedabad. So identify where this order is. You can observe among the options. Look at the third option. A is indicating with Madras, and B is indicating with Visakhapatnam, and C indicating Calcutta, and D will be indicating Ahmedabad. So here, what is the right answer here? That is option 3. Answer is third option will be the right. So very close observation here in between the second option and the third option. Why? Because means in these places whatever they are mentioned, all the important trade center of British only. But exactly if you observe means here the exact location will be, that is identified with B, that is Visakhapatnam. Based on that, option 3 is the right answer. My dear children, you should be very careful while you are giving answer for those map related questions. That's what I told to you in the textbook page number 4. There is a one map is given. In that map all the European settlements are given with the places. So you have to make one table in your notes and segregate all the places according to the European settlements, which is Portuguese, British and French as well as Dutch. So I hope everyone is clear about the first question, that is question based on the map. Next, second question. This is no different model question, direct question they are asked here. So here the question is the aim of behind giving dastak. What is dastak here? Dastak is nothing but duty free trade. Dastak is nothing but duty free trade. So you may get the question very clearly about this word, right? What is the major aim? To give dastak to whom? East India Company. Who gave dastak right to the East India Company? The Mughal Emperor Farrukh Siyar. So now you know the real content here. Option check. Obtained license to carry trade without attroi tax. Attroi tax means what you know? Unnecessary tax. Unnecessary tax. So now in our lesson, nothing we discussed about attroi tax, means unnecessary tax. Eliminate the option. Next, license to carry trade without any duty. Just you observe the definition of dastak. I told here duty free trade. Duty is nothing but tax. Understanding, right? So here license to carry trade without any duty. After that, permission to establish factories at inland, means in the land area, permission to establish factories. And after that, permission to mint. Mint means what, you know, printing of money to the companies. This is also we not discussed. So here which is the right option according to you? So here the second one, license to carry trade without any duty. This is the right answer as per the definition of the word dastak. Okay, children, question number 3, that is also related to map type of question only. So observe the question carefully here. In the Indian map, identify important place, that French colony. So here they are not asking about all the European settlements in India. They are asking about only French. That too important trade center of French in India. Important trade center. So now just look into the map once. 1. This is the area of Kerala, Calicut. So now, second one, this is Goa. Third one, Golconda, means Hyderabad. That is also French trade center. So here, fourth one is Pondicherry. This is the region lies in Tamil Nadu, right? So the fourth one is identified with Pondicherry. The first indication, that is Calicut in Kerala. The second location, that is Goa. The third location will be Golconda, and the fourth one is Pondicherry. So just recollect the question once. Several times we discussed that Dutch means Pulicat, British means Calcutta, Bombay, Madras, Portuguese means Goa. What are those important trade centers? And finally, French means important trade center of French in India, that is Pondicherry. So now the question clearly describes to you to identify the important. Actually you may get one confusion here. Golconda also French trade center, Pondicherry also French trade center. But here the question is what? Important trade center of French in India, that is obviously Pondicherry. So now the fourth option will be the right answer. Pondicherry is, means here the fourth one is Pondicherry, right? The fourth one is identified as a Pondicherry. So in the map will be given the right option, that is Pondicherry. This type of question also they will ask in a map related question. Next, let us move on to the next question. Arrange the following events in a chronological order. This is a new type of question. Here the type is chronological order. Chronology means what here? Years. So here 4 events they are given here as the options in the 4 events are given. What we have to do here? All the events you have to keep in a chronological order. Means which event comes first, which event comes last. So if you want to give proper answer for these type of questions, you must know the years in which the event was happened. See, children, end of the lesson, advent of European, end of the lesson, there is a one box given to you in your textbook. In that box, chronology is given about 4 events. Example, East India Company established in 1600 and United Dutch East India Company established in Netherlands in 1602. In the year 1619, the Mughal Emperor Jahangir gave permission, issued a royal charter to the East India Company to do trade in east coast of India and west coast of India, especially in west coast of India, Surat. In which year? 1619. 1639, Britishers are established their first warehouse at Madras, 1639. And finally 1664, French East India Company established in France. So once you go through the chronology which is given in the back side of the textbook in the first lesson. Okay, let us come to this question. We will give the solution for this question. So what I told you, we have to know the events, right? Remember, East India Company established in Netherlands. Netherlands means here Dutch, means United Dutch East India Company established. I told you here in the year 1602. 1602. Whenever you are giving answer for these questions, try to write the years there itself, so that you will get one clarity to give answer. East India Company established in Netherlands means United Dutch East India Company, that is 1602. Next, British established their warehouse at Madras, first warehouse, that is in the year 1639. 1639. Next, Sir Thomas Roe visited the court of Jahangir. So here, which year is 1617? 1617. We discussed this point. Sir Thomas Roe visited the court of Jahangir in the year 1613. From the where? From the James one. From the court of James. Next, finally, East India Company established in England, that is 1600. Students, I hope you are clear about this years. East India Company established in Netherlands 1602. British established their warehouse at Madras in the year 1639. Sir Thomas Roe visited the court of Jahangir 1617. And the East India Company established in the year 1600. So now, just go through the years once. Which comes first? East India Company established in England. Means which option here? Option D. Option D. First will comes D. Next, 1600 after what we can find out here? 1602. East India Company established in Netherlands 1602. So D after A will come. After 1602, Sir Thomas Roe visited the court of Jahangir 1617. Which alphabet here? C. And finally, which is the last year we will get here? The British established the warehouse Madras, that is option B. So now identify where this order is there. DACB. DACB. So here we can find out the first one as the right answer, that is DACB. So the first answer will